am Deadeepya of 9th class studying in Reddy International School. Now I am saying Archimedes principle. Before going to Archimedes principle, let us go back to our history. We all know that in our history there are many scientists, philosophers, kings, kingdoms, etc. There was a king who wanted to make a throne for him. He given his pure gold to the goldsmith and asked him to make a throne for him. Then later the goldsmith successfully prepared a throne for the king and he gave it to the king. But the king is having a small minute doubt. That is nothing but whether this throne is completely made up of pure gold or not. The king wanted to verify whether the throne is made up of pure gold or not. Then the king asked the Archimedes to verify whether the throne is made up of pure gold or not. The Archimedes was thinking about how to verify whether this throne is made up of pure gold or not, whether it is made up of other metals or. One day, while he is bathing, when he sat in his tub, then the water body which is present in the tub displaced outside. That time he got a thought: if we keep any weight object in the water, it gets displaced because the volume occupied by this body displaces the water. So in this way, he given a statement, he proposed a principle that is nothing but Archimedes principle. He stated that when a body is completely or partially immersed in a liquid, then the body experiences a buoyant force which is equal to the weight of the water displaced by the object. This is the statement given by the Archimedes. Let us get a detailed explanation for this statement. So friends, here we are seeing a bowl with the water, balloon, iron nail and a box which is containing some water. Now let us understand the Archimedes principle in a detailed manner. The Archimedes stated that when an object immersed completely or partially in a liquid, then it experiences a buoyant force which is equal to the weight of the water displaced by the body. So friends, here we are seeing a bowl which is containing some water and the level of water is 4 centimeters. I'm just measuring the height of the water. Now let us do a small experiment. So now I am just taking a box which is filled with water and I am placing it in this water. So we can observe that the box did not completely immerse, it partially immersed in the water. Here the level of water slightly increased. Now I am just removing the water. You can observe the difference between when box is immersed and when box is not immersed. Here we can see that the height measures 4 centimeters and when I place this box, the water level is gradually increasing to 5 centimeters. Force on it. Here the balloon is just floating on the water and the water level is measuring 4 centimeters. Now I am trying to push the balloon inside. You can observe the water level raised to 5 centimeters. Here the water level is raising to 5 centimeters. It experiences a buoyant force. Here the buoyant force is experienced by the body. So if I leave the balloon, it is just coming upward. When I push this balloon, my force is greater than the buoyant force, so the body is moving inside. When I leave the balloon is not able to keep a force, so the buoyant force is pushing the balloon upward. Balloon experiences a buoyant force which is equal to the weight of the body displaced by the object. Here the balloon is displacing 1 centimeter height of water. Then the weight of this 1 centimeter height of water is equal to the buoyant force. This is the statement of Archimedes' principle. Do you ever got a thought that when the iron nail is placed in a water, it gets sink? It just sinks in a water. But when a balloon is placed, it just flows. Do you know why is this happening? Yes, it is due to the buoyant force. The buoyant force and density. The density of iron nail is greater than the density of balloon. So the density of iron nail is also greater than the water. So it is gets sinked. But the balloon density is less than the water, so it is unable to sink in the water. So it is just floating in the water. If the density of the balloon is equal to the density of the water, then it partially immerses. Now I am just taking a box which is filled with water and I am placing it in water. See, you can observe that the box is partially partially immersed in the water. This is due to because the density of the box is equal to the density of water. The density of, here we are seeing three cases: one iron nail which is completely sink, one box which is partially immersed, and balloon which is floating on the water. In these three cases, the we can say that the buoyancy force acting on balloon is greater than the weight of the balloon, so the balloon is just floating on the water. Here, on this box, the buoyant force which is acting on the box is equal to the weight of the box. So it is just half immersed and half floating. Now let us, while going to iron nail, um, uh, the buoyant force which is acting on the iron nail is less than the weight of the iron nail. So the iron nail is directly completely immersed in the water. Now we can understand what is buoyant force. The buoyant force equal to weight of the object. Here we are seeing three cases in which buoyant force act. We can define the buoyant force as when an object immersed in a liquid, it experiences an upward force known as buoyant force. This is the definition of buoyant force. So I think you understood what does a buoyant force mean. Thank you.